down. Well, hello again folks. Hope you're all still keeping well out there. And again, if you don't want to listen to the guff and see me set up a hide and so forth, fast forward to 2 minutes and 50. And for those of you who like following me in the whole journey, well, keep listening and we'll explain what I'm up to. But this is the second of two farms that contacted me through another farmer, who were both having trouble, hardly a mile apart from each other, with jackdaws and rooks coming into the dairy after meal that's mixed into the silage and fed to the cattle. Now, as well as the loss of meal and the extra money that costs, the birds also dung over everything, the silage, the bars, the water troughs, and in turn this can spread diseases to the livestock. Thankfully, our general licences here in Northern Ireland allow us to control jackdaws and rooks for the prevention of disease to livestock, and that's just what I'm going to do. Once I finish putting this hide up, that is. Ah, come on, would you? Put the poles down. Just... Oh, thank goodness for that. Thankfully, compared to the last farm I shot over, this one had piles of room round the back of the dairy to set up and shoot. Unfortunately though, most of the fields were either being cut for silage or the cattle were grazing in it, so this one was the only one available, and the grass in it was a wee bit long for decoying in, but I'll have to make do. To help the birds notice the decoys, I took one of the decoys that I can fit wings to and mounted it onto a 4-foot cane and set it up like a floater. Well, that's the trap now set. All I can do is load up and wait and see if the decoys pull the birds into range. I'm still using the AimCam Pro here, but my baseball cap must have got knocked down over the top of it a wee bit. The birds are still sort of keeping their distance, so I went out and lifted the jackdaw I just shot and set it up onto a flapper to see if that would pull them in closer. All very expertly filmed through the AimCam Pro2i. Not. Must be working. That's a better distance. Again, I set the two birds I just shot up as decoys. Trying to find a low bit of grass to set them in so they're visible was another thing. I'm using 32 gram number 6s here with the fibre wad. Slight dramatic pause.
There it goes.
I kept adding dead birds to the decoy pattern. The more visible it was, the better. But there doesn't seem to be a big lot of birds about for some reason.
Missed it.
Another long dramatic pause.
He's down.
And that was the last one I shot. I did spend a good few hours there, so I was disappointed with the few I did get. Especially when other people were telling me the place is usually coming down with birds. But at that time of year there's a lot of silage being cut about the country, so the birds are probably out gleaning round the fields instead of hanging round the sheds. Saying that, the farmer was more than happy with my efforts, and I think like the other farm, the birds haven't really come back again in the same numbers, so job well done. Plus, I got a right good rabbit permission out of it too, but keep an eye out for that on my other channel, Hunter's Vermin. Until then though, take care folks and look after yourselves, hey.